I mentioned geometry. Somebody here that is imagining a life to be. As soon as you stop imagining a life to be, then, see, there's two types of imaginations. There's an unhealthy imagination, and then there's a healthy imagination. I just want to move this close because what if I'm about to use it? You know what I mean? I mentioned geometry. So I would love to, it doesn't have to be understood by just math, I mean, of course we have shapes and sizes even too. I mean, that's exactly what we're talking about, is the shape we are in. There's an infinite possibility from which all geometry comes from. And I would love to show you where it is, how it is, I guess. I know, I understand it because I'm a musician. So if you can imagine just space, like, okay, here it is, right here. Get ready. There you go. There is your, you can call it the plasmatic field, I guess. It's a amazing, it's very alive with the possibility of everything being here, and that's how it's here. It's not really empty. And so there's an atomic field or plasmatic field with what that really is. Because I have a feeling, and let's see, and I have a feeling that the word attic, because we were talking about it on my last film, I was going to kind of start standing up and doing this because it's easier on the eyes, I guess. But we were talking about geometry, so yeah, atomic, attic. If you notice, the word angle definitely has the word, I don't know how to spell angel or angle, not to this day. I think that's angel. So, but angle, I really don't know. How about you? Comment section down below. Angle, there's what angle? So just angle is angle, That's not a coincidence, babe. That the plasmatic field has the word attic in it. It has the word as in there, is because it's just showing you what's like functioning as one, Not too hard to figure out. The language that's kind of hidden and needs to be rinsed out of the gibberish that's here. Okay, so, but I really wanted to talk about, and if this thing has some kind of issue with an angle, I'm going to fix it right now. Boom. There. As far as the glare thing, there we go. So, but to talk about, I wanted to talk about, well, I guess I lost my place now. Sorry about that. There's a lot that I wanted to channel over the last, of course, over the full moon, and then after the full moon. But I'm just going through a hell of a thing where it's like it's a study, If you're not interested in your human relationships, then you're not interested in much. I was hearing talking to somebody here who was mentioning, they're mentioning how relationships are like number one, and yeah, I never mentioned that anywhere, especially with social media, which is it's a living hell where it's like a hive where just narcissists are there, and not that the world isn't that way. So we don't mention the things that we value deeply and close to us on any of those. Relationships for me is one of them, particularly the quality of the human relationships that we conduct. You could say as a one-on-one, but when is it not a one-on-one? It's like, are you having a relationship with God or not? Maybe. It's here is kind of an opportunity to do that, because how boring it would be to be God and not create this entire thing to say, you know what, I'm going to create an illusion of separateness and then have to deal with it because I'm bored as hell. So what else are you going to do? Now, what do you do? See, I know what to do as an Aries. Is that we play around. We play. We have a lot of we be playing. So, and then it got really bored because, well, that's the very first thing we do, and that's the first thing they took away. You want to hear the Aries part of the organism start crying? Well, that's the first one that comes out of the womb and says, what the hell? Basically, because awareness wouldn't volunteer to come here. I don't think it wouldn't be a plan either. That would be ridiculous. Awareness is something that says, I don't really have that big of a plan. I see the fucking plans, okay? And I don't have to be the plan. All right? Thank you. Have a nice day. I can be something that carries all the plans. How about that? That's awareness. What is awareness but this moment now? Right? Okay. So, that's pretty tough. I imagine there wasn't any air to breathe for a mind there. They must have just imploded for a moment, right? And this is the true nature of how it really is. I guess if you were to become more and more of an authentic being, you'd have to get rid of a lot of assumption that you were more important than just being present to something, available to the very moment that you are. Are you here, deep divers? Are you breathing? Yay, baby. Take those deep breaths. There is nothing like it. Find a friend, go for a walk, breathe. Whew! Thank God that you can do that. But really, there's something that I wanted to really say. Did we survive that full moon thing? See, for me, with the Mars approaching the late degree Uranus, I'll just warn everybody that, hey, I apologize for having a harsh mentality and even glib, I'll probably have a more scratchy tone. That's the classic Mercury-Mars people. If you have Mercury in Aries, or if you have a Mercury aspect, or if Mars is aspecting the Mercury there, well, if it's in a chart, if it's a square, those people are accident prone like crazy, and yeah, their communication could be shady. It just dawned on me that we do share the earth with people, stuck souls. They could come in many forms, working out the same old fucking thing. Particularly, if it's domesticated. Talking about our animals can be this way too. You can notice it's like, oh man, that one right there is having a hard time getting into its body. Um, so, yeah, it's a vital time right now, and I can't even explain, because intelligence only will do it so much, and can be there. You can be intelligent for other people. You can you can't understand things for them, right? Yeah, and but I didn't just say that you can't become a beacon or a radiation that begins to hit now what we call resonation, that I theorize, which isn't a theory, because you don't need a theory with the truth, and or when you get that feeling when you do hit the truth. Okay, so now when we talk about feelings, there is energy. That's the energy we're talking about. See, but now, if you're talking about the generating the mind. Sorry, I'm trying to get this angle so it isn't too bad. Um, yeah, I was trying to tell you about geometry, right? So I just remembered what I wanted to say. I really have something to just spill out. The language is already here. And when I do finally be able to channel it without so much distraction, which I shouldn't wait for a good time to do it. I mean, if it's in the brink of, at the peak of being bombarded, see, my mind is under attack. But yours is too. If you're trying to take your mind back, you're going to realize it's like, hey, man, I don't need that luggage, or I don't need that memory, or I don't need that space to be taken up by, now, your favorite subject matter of narcissism, right? Narcissists, they seem to just use that field, which is a false field of information, but that's their hook. It's like they need you to get into it and be completely confused over it. And boy, doesn't money help, or that system over there help to manufacture what I was trying to talk about is the feelings that come from a mind only, which is fear. If there was a synonym to the mind, which there is, fear would be one of them. The unhealthy imagination, or imagination, see, all of it is imagination, and none of it can you live in, even if it's a healthy imagination. So you cannot live within imagination because it's the mind. See, same with a belief. It's kind of the same, right? But so yes, the nature of the mind is never going to change, which is just, it's a non-existential thing. It can't have existential reality. Not a single mind here is the, the truth in reality, unless you want to talk about the truth about the mind, which I'm poking it around it here, which is it's that it's a false field of information. It's just a storage tank full of what and how, and do we use that what? No, that's imagination. Like, what are you drawing off of? See, you can't have a healthy imagination, let alone any kind of imagination, but really it's a healthy imagination that we are able to do anything with. Why is it healthy, Shauna? Because you have gone into your body and you had an experience, and then that began to loop back, and now that's what you remember. You're like, oh, so actually, with that kind of surface, perhaps, when the water hit it, it was a little more slippery. That's why I fell on my ass, or that's why we're having fun and we're sliding. I think I can perfect this thing. And so you loop back and maybe you make a water slide or something, or maybe you make tighter gripping shoes. See, but you would not have that imagination be healthy for the kids to say, like, whoa, man, like, what's up with you? Without it having gone through that experience of something real in a reality. Real, same as reality. And so at this point, minute 16, um, I want to get back to the little lesson I'm talking about, because me saying this, I could be saying anything. I know for a fact that if I was to just was telling you about the salad that I tossed today, or that this here, see my sage stick. Now I have to get my geometry right to even make this conversation to prove to you what I'm saying, because I know who I am, okay? And it's, see, this sage stick is not even a big sage stick. It's already burnt. But my point is it doesn't matter what the hell I talk about. You're hooked. Now, why is it? I'm not going to give you the clue to that until the very end, okay? But I am going to get into geometry, right? It helps to have nice geometry, I guess. Not that I have it really. I've been experiencing Chiron in my house of Aries in the first house, and oh no, I'm not a perfect person, babes. So, but don't you love the G? Did I tell you about the G? It's God. First of all, it's a beautiful symbol because it's the symbol of energy kind of feeding itself. You know, that's, you want to talk about a good imagination and how to do this shit. Yeah. Um. So, but why did I put the G there? GEOmeTRY. We're gonna do some GEOmeTRY. I don't know what the big deal is. If you just bring it up, you know, I'm bringing it up right now. They, I don't know about mention it, but bring it up. Geome. Now the thing is I have already done it, but you have to do it now. Look up the 3 words that are in there. Okay, because you're fine. You're a sheep and you can see. Try. Try is a good word, you know, even though trying is lying. Isn't that weird? Why? Well, because, well, first of all, look at the R. Why would you have an R in there, right in the middle of it? Sorry, I didn't do that right. The time of editing, I will, and I try to talk and let you know what I'm pointing out here. Try, okay? So not really. It's just, you know, we are here, and we have outer space. To tell you the truth, if you want to talk about that place of infinite possibility, in which all shapes and sizes are manifesting. I mean, we can talk about from minute scale to intergalactic scale, all the same, by the way, whatever you're handling of the light show here. So, you know, this is a kind of a big question. Sorry about this. I'm getting distracted here. I have some work to do with some people in my life, but you do too. We were talking about our relationships, and there isn't any more important of a call than to communicate on the level that you are, and then try to get to from those depths into the depths of another, perhaps, and that's more fun. Anyway, yeah, GEOmeTRY. You know, if you look up the word geo, it's interesting. I'll just let you know what it is right now. It means Earth. Okay, you don't have to get so hocus pocus and not know any of this shit. You know, don't imagine a life happening here just because you're confusing words and stuff. Go get go get some dictionary. You don't need that though. Earth. Yeah. You know, EA. The EA is so important. You know, I'm pretty sure we're talking about music right there. I love music. Music seems to love me. It's so sad that I'm contemplating on setting my guitar up, and then all of a sudden I just pull it out and play because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Um, you don't play music since the age 3 and not have something to do with it. But that could be that it's all going to come together when Pluto goes into Aquarius. when Pluto goes into Aquarius, the Libra, which is this symbol here in astrology, see, this is the horizon, but really it's almost like an equal sign, but it goes like this. Why? Well, maybe that's the scales, but it's really the symbol of the setting sun, and this could be like the underground or something. Who knows? Because there is levels to this shit. So don't put it past a Libra to be multi-dimensional like that, and don't put it past any of the signs. How do you like that though? Yeah, find out what. See, okay, so I wanted to stay on track here with, and I will with my wonderful ability to edit. What if you wanted to see, there's a lot of people trying to get a hold of me. They want my attention, and I really won't give it to them. I realize. Do you want to know why? It's because it's a current of energy, you see, and that's what they want. See, they want energy. They want a current. See, and I'm saying to open up a currency. Give me some currency, because I know that you see a current, and it's like, babe, I don't have the time. But if you give me money, I will turn my attention to you and I will begin talking to you. Now, that's what I'm talking about with my social media and my Facebook. Now, if this sounds like stuck up or snobbish, no. You, my friend, if you're a human being, this is the way that you should treat it. It should be known that, now who am I talking about? Now, I'm just talking about the ones who attract attention and who, to the point of that they want, the ones who are attracted to it, they want your attention. They want your energy. They want to talk to you. They want to get a response. They want to pull your beard. They want to slap you in the forehead. They want to kick you in the butt. Sorry. Not necessarily like that though, right? No. But that's how immature one side of the organism can be. On this plane, we have an organism. It's the potential to become human. Some of them are human. And if they are human, see, my theory is that they can see these words in here. They can see it. Not only that, they can further imagine, what does that mean? And that's how we'll know who is who. Yeah. It's a sophisticated system that I found, and it found me. I didn't find it. I didn't make it up. I was visited, and I would love to tell you the story. See, that's the thing. It's like I would love to be undistracted. See, I was very distracted, but we're all distracted by what is going on here on this plane with what? Relationships. There isn't anything more important. As far as I'm concerned, having 5 planets in Libra, I know damn well that there isn't anything more important than paying attention. Let's walk through this slow now. Paying attention to the quality of the relationships that we are conducting. See, you notice that conducting sound come in there too. But the word paying, we don't really care for that unless we're doing money, right? Well, oh no, now how much did you pay? Right? Otherwise, if it's attention, forget it. Now, setting money aside, which allows us to afford to not pay attention. Why? Comment section down below. Are you thinking about any of this, or is it just me? Well, I wanted to get a hold of that currency. Not just me here, a blonde with good geometry, but what if that's what it took? So for $90, I'll tell you what kind of hair dye I'm using and what else. God, this is a terrible video because of this, and I have to do all this fucking editing. And I'm not. I'm not going to do this one. We are better off seeing a natural disaster. Really, see, I give people the response that I know that if they go back into the archives and everything, you know, it's just like, this is the way you're supposed to live your life right here. Take you to the hilt. Stop fucking around. They want your attention. Give them something more. Blast them. But you know what? It's energy going to them. Now, do they have a currency? Do they have a currency? See, isn't that weird? I see something very plainly. I keep downloading it. It's really hard. It's been working on me for a while. If it's like we have a question, probably when we were born, like, what is this? Really? But then with that, you know, it's really hard to tell, right? Nothing says, well, this is what's happening. Really, it's like everybody thinks that money is something that it's like we find it on the periodic scale of elements. You know, there's copper, brass, iron, oxygen, all this stuff, and then money. And that's what's just constituting our life and all creation here. And it's like, excuse me? It's almost like that, right? Because nobody can figure out, like, why do we really need it? Do we really need it? Yes, we do. There is a species on this plane that thinks we do. And those are the ones I say, theoretically, they're stuck here. They might be in hell, like a forever hell. Just like there's a forever heaven. But they can't escape, man. They can't escape something here. And you can get the feel of it. Now, if you're listening to this and hanging on to every word, have you noticed it? I mean, aren't you glad that there's another possibility that Christ was trying to tell us? If anything, that person was like, nah, there's a forever life, and I got a place for us, babe. See you later. Watch it like this. Hang me on the shish kebab, and I'll prove to you there's forever life or something. But see, yeah, you know, if you want to know something, you non-human people, most likely you have money, and this is how you have drained your IQ out, and even your feel-good. Your body is probably, you're wondering, what is this? And that's all irregulated, and so are your emotions, maybe. Your emotions are dictated by your ones and zeros going on in your mind, and that's a game. You've become non-human to the bone. I didn't know, I am not, I don't know any. I didn't experience any of my. I ran for the ones and zeros and the fear of death and all of that, and now I have all of this money. And see, your main problem now, what I'm talking about is what's happening out there. See, this is really hard to talk about because to say the right thing the way I need to draw it out, to show you what's happening here on this plane and how fucked up it is for the evolution of the possibility that the consciousness can become humane, become human. Really, it's not unconscious like an animal anymore, operating on pure fear and doesn't even know that nature of the mind, which is equal to just you're an animal now, really. And if you become unaware deeply, and all it is now is just this game of money. That it's been here for a long time. The so-called like institution of it has established it not too very long ago, but not without performing extreme genocide on every nation that it has infected, as far as that it's an infection. caused of mind. You know, you would have to get into it like this person says here, that it's a belief. Money is just a belief. It's like, yeah, belief is a thing of the mind. Otherwise, you are being with. You are, you know, you're going to just hold ground. And, you know, I get the image of people killing their own mothers because why? You want control of something, of hers that now, that geometry I was talking about now, I could say anything. See, I'm not a mother, but I am a woman. I probably have a hell of a lot more empathy than the next one who has dared to bear children and become a mother. I say it like that because it's like, we don't do that here, babes. Not human beings. Humane beings, we learn to love each other first, and we don't dare have children here. Minute 33, wow. Got this far. I didn't just say that we can't turn this mother out and can't turn it all around. See, what I'm saying is, I said that, you would disagree with it because why? I'm supposed to be nice? Nice is ice. Just put the N down. Keep the I up. There you go. Ice cold, baby. I said I was a woman, not ice. Venus is the hotter planet out of Mars. Venus is way hotter than Mars. It takes a while though, right? You know, women take a while. You know, you can't just pick her up and put her down now. You can manipulate maybe with the fear. The mind can harbor, you know, money. You know, there's that song that I don't know. It's an '80s song, but I don't know the song. So I can't really. But like one of the words is just it talks about the patterning. The monetary system has everybody on, but then it's like we're held in captivity here, and it just turns into this lifestyle where it's like did on Wednesday, and I don't know, but by Thursday she comes back, and then Friday it's time to go. And then Monday, I don't care, and tomorrow, I swear. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just find that song. I didn't sing it right at all, so sorry. Understand. Anyway, God. Back to saying anything, and just look at the geometry, and you're fine. There is a part of the human faction here, but really it's a part of the organism, humane. Who? That's just how they are. Even their voices are like, man, I would love to wipe my ass on that. It's so soft. And we are women, babes, but not just women, babe, not the illusory shit going on out there, but alive women, far and few between, but some of them are coming too. You can, it's a contagion you know, I've been worried about some of my friends. It's not happening, man. You know, you can be unimpressed after a while. You know, especially, you know, it's like time to have fun because why? Well, because we did have kids. Well, they're all a bunch of power fucking tripping fucking shit going on. And they didn't even, they weren't even able to be a kid themselves. I don't know what they were. First of all, do you know how to play? God, playing is more intelligent. So then, knowing that I'm on the right track here, that's how, see, that's how we turn it around. It's just, it could be too late and everything, but I know that I've been this way. See, you do not disrespect your energy. You give. I have given all my life, wholeheartedly, myself, wherever I go. Whatever I turn my attention to, I give to it, right? And it it creates growth, right, of whatever you focus on. Uh, yeah, just going general, like my autobiography. I just, you know, we only have so much time here. We find something for ourselves that gives us joy. We, it's not about that obvious, like I'm a musician, and people feel that you have made something for yourself, and that's what you're really showing. You're showing your centered ability, your that it can be something that everybody likes. You know, they go, you know, and music was one, but there's many, 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 many things we can put our hands on and begin to get a zing. You know, out of 300 people, 20 people can try and knock you off your center, but you'll say no. 280 people are dancing still, so I'm going to stay right here. They know what I'm doing, right? But the truth is, there could see there's a lot of times there could be people in the audience that just do not like that you know how to do that. It's true when a band goes into like a poor country or a neighborhood, like I'll just never forget, like Carlos Santana, old band, good guitar player, yeah, right. Drunken people, by the way, goes to Tijuana, across the border, and sets up and starts playing and doing like I don't know why they end up that their stage is covered in barbed wire, like cage, because somebody might go up and attack them, and you can tell the crowd is like kind of like that. It's like, well, these people are just kind of being intruded upon. It's not the right place to play, to me personally. Don't play for people that don't want you there. Okay? Number one. Not physically. You don't physically put out to people that don't want you there, because with that concert, I noticed that, well, the cages were there, but they were started throwing bottles at them, and they were playing far away enough that the glass did not. You know what I mean? That was going on, and I was like, so anyway, the truth is, see that not everybody's going to be for your having surrendered to the truth and found something that makes you go zing and gives you a real feeling. See, musicians are getting a feeling that, you know, you turn on a tape or a song and you get a feeling. Now, multiply that feeling by 5,000. It's not that they're immersed in emotions, but no, they are noticing this energy that's moving them. It's energy. It's pure energy. It's motion, right? And but it's just energy. It's just energy. They don't judge it or anything. And when it's happening, a lot of times we are listening to really a really good musician. The real ones, babes. They're mystics, and they're not playing like the drunken shit that you've seen going on. It should never be that it was centralized and all of a sudden now it's so obscured that just one thing happens in one town in a coliseum and everybody goes, 3,000 people or 30,000 people line up. No, it should be happening in your entire neighborhood. In fact, your household should be doing it every evening, because you don't even know the power in centering yourself with music. Now, getting back to this conversation that somebody has that seems to be confused about energy and where does it come from, and you're never going to know unless you have some kind of real life experience. Now, I love to add and talk to you about how that music is not made by the sound that you hear. It's made from silence. It is, in fact, the silence in between sound that makes music what it is. It's the space in between the tones that makes a song one that you can trust that it's there, it's going to be a song, you see. That's what makes it kind of like faithful situation, is when you line up at a coliseum and you expect to hear at least some of that guitar solo and the same song to sound the same, and you sing with it. Otherwise, you probably have mad people up there that can care less about, really, because that's what I didn't just say that it must all sound the same wherever you go. No, they do that on a wide scale. They make it very hypnotic, and they put things there, like, now particularly the singer, fucking, they have just shat on the whole possibility of what music could really do for us, let alone the fact of the tuning thing, right? You know how they tuned it way off to not heal our bodies anymore. Getting back to geometry, what has made me is music. And people want your attention. After you play music and you go and sit down or something, or they know that the town has lined up and they saw you playing music, and then you go the next day, you go into the restaurant to get a coffee or something, you're just trying to get your day going, you get a free coffee, you get a free meal, you get a free everything. Somebody is there that wants to give you oh, hi, I think, hi. Really, they want energy from you. And if you're real, you're going to be real, and you're not going to give in to that, like, whatever is in their mind they carry about you. You're just really, artists are different. Musicians are really peculiar, right? They're really cool people. They're really cool, actually. They're too fucking cool, right? And we're going to get over it. We're going to get over being people pleasers, and really we're going to come out more. It's like we haven't been around for like 14 or 15 years, really. The Libra generation, just in general, the self-organizers, the ones that are placed here as the little generation, generational value, which is me. And everybody my age, go back about 6 years and go forward about 6 years, it's like right there where the Libra generation is going to light up. And it says, I love. And if we can't do this, ladies and gentlemen, in the next 5 years, if you're not in the thick of it now, if you haven't noticed it, you need to communicate right now. I mean, no matter what, communication is happening, it's coming up, but be as authentic as you possibly need to be, because what is inauthentic out there is going to be more and more. It's that fake one that doesn't admit that they need you. They are tapping your energy. They need you to play their game, that I win, you lose game. Rather than to just be real and say, what can we do as love, as human beings? See, the tables are going to start turning. And I was talking about that weird stuff in the beginning about the ones who, they run their whole life for the numbers, right? The money game. And then some of them, they realize that they need to see. A lot of them weren't interested in the quality of the human relationships that they were conducting. They were doing something. It was mind oriented. It was just dirty. A dirty form of energy is just to lock people up into bondage in your mind. And let's play this game. And go here and go there with 5 people on a fucking leash. And it's like, you know what, man, if you guys were all freed up and really meditating and getting into your own capacity and your fucking own faculties, and then coming together and over the name of over what? Over, not because somebody has a dime and the other one doesn't, but that you found the truth, and that you're happy to be alive, and you feel that energy. It's like joy. We know why we're here. And it could be anything you have between you. If if it's not just the beautiful earth that you have here, see the water and the food that could be here. Where is it, you guys? Where is it? Why is it so fucking hot in that stinking fucking money system? Do you know that the more that if little old Barbie doll here can start to say something and start scratching at your perception, and even start seeing and imagining in her perception something, it's possible for everybody. Now, there isn't anything we can do about the poor programming out there, and the weaponry that's being unleashed in just the form of money. It needs to stop. And this means that human energy, like human energy, did you hear me talking about any of it? Real live, good tap. The real current. The one that comes at you and says, no, I'll take my time and say something further that you probably won't get it. But if you run it back, see if you get away from your need for feed, and if you really were wanting to learn, number one, I wanted to make this point, you would have to just give your fucking money up. Give us the money. Because that's what happens anyway when you go for therapy. You don't think it's worth anything. Because you think only money is worth something, and for them, if they really knew something how to work your shadow out, first of all, it's painful. You have to go through something, you really have to want it, and the only way you fucking non-human people tend to fucking feel anything is that when you get gouged in your wallet, so you're gonna have to start paying. I got a little support from people that I don't coerce like this. They actually know how to live. They know how to give. See, I'm giving to you right now, but you people, less than human, don't see it, don't realize it. If you've watched me this far, and just, that's how we have everything we have here. But do you realize that there's something that says, no, give that to me, and then they want to fuck it up and give it back to you and say, and charge money for it and make you slave yourself for it, huh? When are we going to stop living like fucking shit? Hitting that spiritual ceiling, making our bodies decay and fucking, I don't know what that word entropy was. Try atrophy. Sorry. There isn't anything like that. See, when you are dealing with energy, there isn't anything like that, right? But you've heard atrophy, right? Now, that's not even a real word. A trophy. You fucking game playing fucking idiots. Good for you. Can we break off too now? We want our constitutions organized. Thank you. We need to break off. Start charging. I get it. See, this here, social media, you're supposed to see, I'm doing it right now. See, I'm in a really grainy setting. You can hear this fucking thing. I don't even pull out my fucking guitar. I don't even show you my ass or anything, but for $600 I use my more clearer blah. I don't cuss, and I have real life subject matter, and really, right? No, maybe, huh? I don't know. I'm just a creative person, really, and we work with something more valuable than money, which is just like, it's all kinds of shit. It's all kinds of stuff, and it's like, man, you know what? If we had more creative people along with us to work, that especially who they meditate. See, people, now if you're listening to this and you happen to go on my channel, which I don't think you can now, I've closed off a lot of my playlists. I don't think you can get into most of my playlists, and a lot of them have like 60 to 80 or 120 videos on them. I just don't have them public, but you see, you can refine my material and get a gold nugget out of it. But you don't steal it from me! If you people understand something, you come together! Because if it's a real understanding, you're going to overstand everything. If it's the truth, and if it's worth a damn, and it gives the children something to think about the next day, like they actually want it for themselves, that's the truth for you. That's God for you. Get rid of that fucking trophy.